If you don't take them off early, quote unquote, when they're supposed to come off, this face, it's called a cat, like a meow, cat, C-A-T, face, will be very persistent. And it degrades the quality of the timber. And a person who's a log buyer would see cat faces like this one or like this one, and you'll still see this one for years, and it degrades the value of the log. So the sooner you get the branches off that you want to remove, they're all going to come off, because remember, if that's about 6 feet, remember we're talking about a 8 foot at least to a 12 foot, so double the height of my hand. That's how high we want to go, at least, to get a 12-foot log. So you want to, eventually you're going to take all these off. And it's just a matter of when. All professions have, oh dear, here it comes. I'm from Massachusetts, so I have troubles with certain letters, like the letter R, unlike people who live in Missouri. So I would say all professions have certain nomenclature or terms, or here it comes, jargon, all right? J-A-R-G-O-N. So here's a term, forestry term. Can you see where my hand is? And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. More or less the same height, a bunch of branches that came out. Okay? That's fine. And then if you go, watch me with my saw, here's a bunch of clear wood, no branches at all. And then all of a sudden you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the term that I'm thinking of here is a whorl. W-H-O-R-L. Think of a pine tree. Every year a pine tree puts on a layer of branches, a layer of branches, a layer of branches, da-da-da-da-da-da. Those are called whorls, W-H-O-R-L-S's. And walnuts do the same thing. So you can, starting from the top of the tree, coming down, you can count how old the tree is by counting the number of whorls, just like you can in a pine tree. So for example, if I started, and I'm going to get within a year or two, I think if we go all the way to the tippity top, and then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, there's a fork, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This tree is 12 years old, from here to there. So maybe that can be of interest to some folks. It might help in terms of when you're walking into a stand of trees and you say, well, how old are they? Well, you can't go by diameter because they're so tightly packed together, they're not necessarily growing. Diameter is a function of density. I think we all know that, maybe we don't. Height is not. Height is independent of density, is a rule. So, but you can count the number of layers of branches just like you can on a pine tree, and that's how old the tree is. So there you go. So, okay, let's get excited about, so here's a whorl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then that little bitty guy over there, 6. Which one are you going to take off? Remember, you're going to try to grow these trees for their timber. You want a nice, straight, clean stem. Which one do you take off? And how many do you take off? Now, I've been, what did we just talk about? 12 years old? 12-year-old trees, right? Now, if I was going to do this for real, instead of just today, when would I have started doing this work? Not this year. I would have probably started 4 years ago, something like that. And ideally, in a perfect world, you have, what did I say, 6 different branches, right? Something like that. So you have 6 different branches, and which one do you take off first? You take off the biggest one at the point of attachment. Remember, you want that point of attachment, that scar that you cut off with your saw, which is this thing, not the great big one I showed you earlier, you want it to heal over as quick as you can. So take off the biggest one, and then next year come back, take off the next biggest one. So does that, I think that makes sense. So, excuse me. So if I was going to do it, and because I haven't been in here to prune these trees for timber purposes, I'm going to take off 2. Just bear with me. And I'm going to take off the 2 biggest ones. There's one right over here. And the next biggest one at the point of attachment to the stem is this one. They're coming off. And I'm going to take them off in a minute. But before I do that, I need to talk to you a little bit about, maybe we can get a little bit closer. Let's see. On my side, there's the big branch. There's the big stem. Yeah, avoid the poison ivy. Just, that's what it is. If you can bear with me, please. The idea is that you have very symmetrical, parallel diameter here, okay? And then the closer you get to the main stem, you get this bump, if you will. Some people call it a branch collar, like you would put on a collar on a draft horse, for example. Some people will call it, this is what I call it, it's like a donut. It's a swelling right in there, okay? Basically outside of my finger, from here going this way, that's all branch wood. From where my finger is to the main stem, that's the branch collar, okay?